When a pregnant Waffle House waitress received a generous tip from a Georgia pastor, she was grateful but assumed that would be the end of it. However, it wasn't. Shortly after the kind gesture, she received a call telling her to get down to the restaurant right away. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video with your friends. Hannah Hill, a pregnant waitress, was working a shift at a Waffle House location in Stockbridge when she received what she considered a huge tip from Bishop Eusebio Phelps, a local pastor at New Faith Christian Church. After coming into the Waffle House to pick up his breakfast, the generous pastor gave the young woman $40, much to Hannah's surprise. "She was so nice over the telephone, and when I got there I paid for my food, and I told her to keep the change," Bishop Phelps recalled. "And then when I looked at her, I asked if she was pregnant. She said yes, so at that time I was just really urged to give her the rest of the money that I had in my wallet, which was around $40, he added. But he'd soon be compelled to do even more. "I gave her the $40 and I told her that I just wanted to be able to bless her so that she could buy something for the baby," Phelps explained. But the young waitress and her unborn child continued to weigh on his mind, especially after learning the name that Hannah intended to give her unborn son. After thanking Phelps for the generous tip, a gracious Hannah said she planned to name her baby Samuel, which just so happened to be the name of Phelps's son, who died in Atlanta 7 years prior. With the anniversary of his son's death approaching, this revelation struck a particularly bittersweet chord with Phelps, the Blaze reported. Although Hannah was already extremely appreciative of Phelps's gesture, the pastor felt compelled to do something more, so he went home and devised a plan with his wife without Hannah's knowledge. In fact, she would have no idea what the man had done until she received a call telling her that she needed to get down to the Waffle House quickly. After receiving a phone call from her mother-in-law telling her to get down to the restaurant right away, Hannah arrived at the Waffle House where she was greeted by Phelps and other customers who were ready to present her with another surprise, a check for more than $12,000, which the pastor had raised for her. "I went home. I told my wife what happened," Phelps said, recalling what occurred after first meeting Hannah. "I was like, listen, I want to raise $1,000 to give to Hannah so she can buy whatever she needs for the baby," he added, and he set out to complete that mission, never imagining it would become much bigger than he had ever hoped. After taking to Facebook to reveal his plan to help the needy mom, the generous pastor's post generated more than $12,000 in donations from the community. Unbeknownst to the pastor or those who contributed, it was the answer to prayers that Hannah had been praying. With one child already, the young mom had serious concerns about what life would be like when the new baby arrived and was really stressing. "I had a lot going on, and I don't really pray that often. I'm not necessarily religious. I wasn't raised in the church, don't go to church a lot, haven't cracked open a Bible in forever, but lately I have been praying," the pregnant waitress admitted. "Makes me want to get back in church," she added, referring to the unexpected blessing. However, Hannah wasn't the only one moved by the gesture. "We are so appreciative of the kind gesture made by Bishop Phelps and all of the others who contributed on behalf of our associate Hannah Hill," a spokesperson for Waffle House told Fox News. "Their acts of generosity are a testament to the fact that kindness and hospitality are two of the greatest gifts that can be given to others. On behalf of Waffle House, we sincerely want to thank all of you." A grateful Hannah said she plans to use the money to improve her life for her and her growing family. She intends to get a new vehicle as well as a new place to live with her child's father. "I'm so grateful, and that's all I can say," she said. "I'm so grateful and appreciative to everybody. God is good all the time." As for Phelps and his kindness, he said, "You got to show the love of God to people you come into contact with," and it was her kindness. "She was so kind and so pleasant. She's just a real sweetheart, and that touched my heart. And I feel like the Lord has really allowed our paths to cross." Indeed, the Lord works in mysterious ways, often giving us the opportunity to be the answer to prayers we didn't even realize another person had been praying. We just have to listen to his urging, much like Bishop Phelps did. Hannah's life had not been easy, and the struggles she faced were many. Working as a waitress while pregnant was challenging enough, but doing so while trying to support an existing child and preparing for another was a burden she bore quietly. She often wondered how she would manage all the expenses that came with raising a family, especially with the additional needs of a newborn on the horizon. The weight of these concerns was a constant presence in her life, causing many sleepless nights filled with worry and doubt. Despite these challenges, Hannah always maintained a positive demeanor at work. She was known among the regulars at the Waffle House for her cheerful attitude and warm smile. It was this kindness and positivity that had initially caught the attention of Bishop Phelps. Her ability to remain friendly and accommodating, even in the face of her own personal hardships, was something that deeply impressed him. When Phelps learned that Hannah was planning to name her baby Samuel, the same name as his deceased son, he felt a profound connection to her. His son Samuel had passed away under tragic circumstances, and the loss had left a permanent void in his heart. The coincidence of Hannah naming her child Samuel felt like a sign to Phelps, reaffirming his belief in the interconnectedness of human experiences and the mysterious ways in which life can bring people together. This feeling of connection and the desire to help Hannah led Phelps to think beyond the initial $40 tip. He felt a strong compulsion to do more, to provide a more substantial form of assistance. This urge was driven not only by his empathy for Hannah's situation, but also by his faith, which emphasized the importance of helping those in need and acting as a conduit for God's love. Upon returning home and discussing the situation with his wife, Phelps felt a renewed sense of purpose. Together, they devised a plan to raise funds for Hannah. Phelps took to social media, sharing Hannah's story and his desire to help her. The response was overwhelming. The community rallied behind the cause, donating generously and spreading the word. The amount raised quickly surpassed Phelps's initial goal of $1,000, eventually totaling over $12,000. When Phelps presented the check to Hannah at the Waffle House, the moment was filled with emotion. Hannah was overcome with gratitude, her eyes welling up with tears as she realized the extent of the community's generosity. The funds provided her with a sense of security and hope for the future, easing her worries about the upcoming birth of her child. Hannah's story serves as a powerful reminder of the impact that acts of kindness can have on someone's life. It highlights the importance of community and the ways in which people can come together to support one another in times of need. Phelps' actions also demonstrate the ripple effect that generosity can have, inspiring others to contribute and make a difference. In the end, this heartwarming story is not just about the money raised or the financial support provided. It's about the connections formed, the kindness shown, and the faith renewed. For Hannah, the experience was transformative, instilling in her a renewed sense of hope and a desire to reconnect with her faith. For Phelps, it was a reaffirmation of his belief in the power of compassion and the importance of listening to the promptings of his heart. The story of Hannah Hill and Bishop Eusebio Phelps is a testament to the profound impact that a single act of kindness can have. It shows that even small gestures can grow into something much larger, creating a wave of goodwill that can change lives. As we go about our daily lives, may we be inspired by this example to look for opportunities to show kindness and support to those around us, knowing that we too can be the answer to someone's prayers.